I have a question for you. So I have invented a little thing called the quarterback poker table. Hear me out for a second. There are 8 teams at this poker table. And each team is represented by a certain player. Okay? You obviously got the Panthers, who have the first overall pick, and Texans have the second pick in this draft process.
And both of them are going to take a quarterback.
Both of them are guaranteed to take one of C.J. Stroud or Bryce Young. One of them's taking one, the other one's taking the other.
Yep.
That's guaranteed. Okay? You know that they have the full house or the royal flush or whatever in the poker table. You know they have that. Then you get to teams like Indianapolis, who have the full house, but they're not willing to do it, or they just don't know what the fuck they're doing in the poker table. Then you get the Falcons, Then you get the Falcons and the Bucks, who are like, I don't know what the fuck we're doing. We're just there. I don't know if Tampa's in that spot. I think the Raiders and the Ravens, Baltimore and Vegas, are the teams that want to bet but are too cheap to do so.
What I've concluded about the Ravens personally from this Lamar Jackson thing is
they're cheap.
They're simply they're not a quarterback team.
No, they're not.
Hear me out. Ray Lewis, they were going to roll out the Brinks truck for Ray Lewis.
They brought out the Brinks truck for
Ed Reed, they brought the Brinks truck. Terrell Suggs, you know what it is? They like to pay defense. I don't think their ownership.
They did it for Flacco, though. That's the weird part.
Because only after he won a Super Bowl, they did it.
They did it for Flacco, but they didn't do it until July.
They took a damn long time for a guy who
long time to sign Flacco.
And that was because they had nobody. That situation, they had to. Flacco negotiated.
They had no choice.
I feel like Lamar could stay a Raven, but it's going to be drawn out like Flacco is drawn out.
Yes,
they don't pay quarterbacks.
Here's the problem, though, with the Ravens situation.
There's no defensive players worth paying.
No, it's not even that. It's the problem with the Ravens is that they're cheap as shit when it comes to offensive players. You saw they paid $20 million a year to Roquan Smith.
Yeah. Defense? Oh, we'll roll it out.
Yeah, defensive guys will roll it out. Marlon Humphrey, same shit.
Yeah.
Chuck Clark, terrible example, but like Kyle Hamilton,
they pay defense. Marcus
Williams, they did it to defensive guys, but
they don't pay offensive players.
The Raiders are a weird one. They're the cheap ones because Mark Davis didn't exactly inherit all of his father's.
However, now that they're in Las Vegas, they're essentially printing money.
Depends.
This is Vegas. You print money because they're always going to sell out, and you're always going to be a hot ticket because it's a tourist hotspot, and you have gambling.
Fair point. That's actually a pretty good point. And the Athletics are going to go to Vegas too.
Yeah, that's a place you print money.
And then the NBA is going to have it. And then the NBA is going to have Vegas, and then they're going to Seattle.
Guess what? Everyone's looking at the Golden Knights and the Raiders printing money.
That's true. And then you get Atlanta. Then you get the Falcons at the poker table.
I don't know what the fuck they're getting.
Exactly. The Falcons are I don't know what we're doing, but we're just rolling with it. That's the Falcons.
I think they're going to try to wait till next year to draft a quarterback.
Caleb Williams.
They might be bad enough.
Tank.
The Falcons could be bad enough.
Then we're back to Tampa, which is in the, we're good, but we're also not good, so we're just rolling with something.
Tampa has too many holes in their roster.
They're the seasoned veteran of the poker table.
They would be best off trading their veterans for more draft picks to try to build a new core. They won their Super Bowl, and they're all getting older. Their team who needs to acquire some top-end draft picks.
Would you call the Tampa Bay Buccaneers the seasoned veteran of the poker table who is trying really hard to stay relevant?
They were only really relevant for 2 years.
2 or 3 years, yeah, good point.
They were not really that relevant this year.
Yeah, fair point.
The most relevant thing about them was their quarterback's divorce.
Then you get Washington and the Patriots. Here's where it gets interesting in the poker table.
The Patriots are evil.
The Patriots might trade Mac Jones.
Look, with the Patriots, you can never count out because they are evil geniuses, and we all know it.
Yeah, and then you get Washington, who's in the
Dan Snyder bracket.
Who's in the realm of just secretly paying people off to win the game.
Washington.
That's Dan Snyder.
Except they're not winning the game.
No, they're just Dan Snyder.
Yeah, that would be implying Washington's winning very many games.
I should have, when I made this graphic, I should have just put Dan Snyder's face on there.
Well, how do you even describe the operations of the Washington football team / Commanders / whatever? /
Foreskins.
Yeah,
The Deadskins.
There's just so many things you could say.
There's so much crap you can decide from here.
I don't even, yeah.
But the Patriots are in a weird spot here. New England's in a really weird position.
Because nobody knows what they'll do.
No one knows what, however, they hired Bill O'Brien to be the offensive coordinator, and that's a great hire. See, she's chilling on you. Dylan's chilling on you.
Yeah, now.
She has the cat vibe.
Yeah, because she played and now she's probably tired.
Yeah. And the Colts are a weird, weird team. It's weird. They could trade Quentin Nelson or Ryan Kelly, realistically. Like, if the Colts were to come to me and say, hey, we'll give you Ryan Kelly or Quentin Nelson for a first-round pick, I would take it.
I would take it.
I would say, okay, I'll give you the 20th pick and another draft pick in exchange for Ryan Kelly or Quentin Nelson. Who the fuck says no?
I would never say no to that.
Exactly. Because you need to... The Seahawks are not in this poker table, but they're essentially in that weird poker table.
They'll be at it next year.
They'll be at it next year for the quarterback market, probably. Or they'll just draft somebody.
Yeah, Gino is pretty old. I think realistically...
He's 32. He's 32 and his contract is not that bad.
Yeah, you're probably going to get 2 more good years out of him.
If you look at the rest of the contract, it's 3 years, $75 million.
You'll probably get 2 solid years, 1 meh year, and then after that, it's up in the air.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
But that buys them a lot of time.
It really does. It really does.
That's a lot of football games to be played. And that's multiple training camps that has them covered for.
Speaking of the quarterback market, the Bears had the first overall pick.
I know what you're...
And they decided to trade it away because Ryan Poles, the GM, flexed his muscles and put on his sunglasses and said, fuck you. Give me Justin Fields.
The Carolina Panthers might be the stupid...
You trade DJ Moore. Okay, I understand what Carolina's doing because... You traded you traded some draft picks to get the first overall pick, which you had to.
You're going to draft a quarterback, but you just traded the best wide receiver on the team. You traded your best
offensive player away for what?
And you're going to draft a rookie quarterback, but you trade the best wide receiver on the team, and you plan on doing that? That's fucking stupid. It was stupid when Dave Gettleman did it. It's stupid now. You don't do that.
I'm going to look up the Panthers depth chart for shits and giggles.
We all know.
Oh, dear Lord. Preston Williams is there. Terrence Marshall, LaVisca Chenault, Shee Smith, Andre Roberts, who's a free agent. Andre Roberts and Rashard Higgins. Dear Lord.
All right.
Bradley Bowes was a free agent. I had no idea.
You know, they might end up getting the Panthers might have a bad enough team where they could get the number 1 overall pick and then trade it to a team that wants Caleb Williams and recoup their lost value. It's going to be terrible if you're a Panthers fan and watch them this year. They thought last year was bad. This might be a worse version of last year's team.
Oh, God. I mean, that's the weird part, because Frank Reich is not a bad coach. Frank Reich isn't really a bad coach.
He's not going to turn chicken shit into chicken salad.